The 10,000 calorie challenge, a combination of watching a car accident and a really rich kid opening presents on Christmas. So insane you can't look away, but at the same time envious of someone eating anything they could possibly want. In the age of Apple Watches, Whoop straps, and Elon Musk trying to implant a chip inside our head, fitness has now become one with technology, whether it's tracking our workouts or tracking our calories. Combined, we're also in a very funny season. Feasts of epic proportions with Thanksgiving, Christmas, social events, Hanukkah, holiday work parties. At the same time, in the looming distance is New Year's resolutions. Our fresh start is there, so we'll push that off to another day as we gorge ourselves during the holidays.
We'll be strict then. We'll be strict then. Right now, just have whatever you want.
I'm going to be attempting the 10,000 calorie challenge. Look pregnant. I'm going to attempt to burn 10,000 calories on my Apple Watch as I also consume 10,000 calories. We're going to be talking about overeating on holidays, endurance athletes fueling themselves, and the idea of technology now controlling our ideas of fitness and nutrition. It is the night before the 10,000 calorie challenge. A couple things. One, I have not fasted today. Two, I have not done excessive exercise. I haven't cut exercise. I just keep everything the exact same. I'm not going in with a plan, which sounds like I'm setting myself up for failure, but you'll see where I'm going with this. This stuff I thought would be a lot better than it is. But, I mean, come on. Tis the season, just snacking on Christmas chocolate all year round. And if you followed me every other Christmas, you know. It's early, I can't think of anything. You just, it's too early to be funny. Walk in there. Workout one done. We're in the mid 400s. I only burned about 250 in the spin class because first I'm gonna address these I'm using an Apple Watch. They're definitely not 100% accurate. Let's take me for example. I do a lot of cardio. My heart rate doesn't get too high because I'm adapted to it. And what does the calorie base go off of? Heart rate. Also, I'm not that big of a human. I'm 5'7", weigh in the mid 120s, so it also goes off height and weight. Hi, could I do a 10-pack of the Tim Biebs? Okay, I have a Barry's boot camp in 40 minutes. Takes half an hour to walk there. I'm gonna walk there because I just have to not stop moving. And these Hershey Kisses, the sugar cookie and this candy cane, I wait all year for these. So I'm gonna stuff these in my pocket along with this, and I'm gonna eat on the way. This is the best thing apparently to happen to Canada in a decade. Name say more Canadian. Tim Biebs. I'm a little disappointed. Not Beebits. Anyways, Timbits, and I got the Christmas specialty, so we're gonna taste test that after, but I gotta go. Protein bars don't make a dent in my body. They're just like a little bit like tide me over. I like the taste though. Well, I'm gonna have some of these. Shove these in there.
Started off innocent, just a chance interaction that turned into cigarettes. Bad for my body, bad for my home. One thing led to another. Couldn't leave you alone when you came around. You brought the streets with you. Traces of perpetual pollution in my living room. Yeah, I forget to breathe sometime.
Update. This morning walked 3K to my spin class. Did spin class. 3K to get Tim Hortons, drop out at home. I think it was 2 kilometers to my Barry's boot camp. Did the Barry's boot camp, which I had to run 3 miles 4 times. And I'm walking 3 kilometers home, and I'm only at. I am back. Electrolytes. Michelle, I love you, first of all. Second, oh, this was open and I don't remember opening it. So I think Drunk Kelty did at one point, and I haven't been drunk at home in a lot. This is food poisoning waiting to happen. Give me a second. So, some strategy. You'll notice I've pretty much only worked out, not eating much, but a lot of sugar. For me, right now I'm honestly not that hungry. And that's me, because I know when I work out a lot, I actually lose my appetite for a couple hours. And then later on in the day, I become, if I work out a ton, like extreme, especially a lot of HIIT, high intensity stuff, I won't be hungry for the first hour or two after. And later on in the day, I'm like a
Deep hunger for a long time.
the rest of the day, I'm hoping just low intensity, because I'll hurt myself if I keep doing high intensity, but just to not stop moving and then eating and hoping my appetite comes. I think one thing that caused a lot of binge eating and why this kind of challenge was so popular many years ago is back then it was a lot of people in like the bodybuilding world, and bodybuilders diet a lot. They're in a calorie deficit for a lot of the year. When you're in a chronic calorie deficit, you have something called extreme hunger. I won't go into that. Stephanie Buttermore, she has an entire series about it. I definitely recommend checking that out. But that's why they can do it for the most part. Versus me, honestly, 10,000 calories has never sounded appealing. And that's, I think, a good place you kind of want to be. And going into the holidays, realize that. Don't starve yourself to make up for this holiday meal coming up. Fuel yourself throughout the week, and you won't have this ravenous feeling all in, all out that you like can't control yourself, because your body isn't depleted. When your body is depleted is when it wants all these calories.
So there's 3 things I want you to be aware of this holiday season, not only for the holidays really, but for your relationship and food in general and how you interact with food going forward. And that's hunger, restriction, and stress. All 3 of these things influence how we interact with food at the table, but they can be really important, and they can definitely play a role in our food habits. I'm not going to be the one here to tell you today that you should go have a protein shake before Christmas dinner so you eat less. I'm looking bigger picture here. Let's talk about hunger first. You know, we want to be in touch with our hunger levels. Are we going into a meal very hungry, moderately hungry, not hungry at all? We want to be hungry enough to enjoy a meal, and certainly we don't want to be full going into a meal. That's going to probably inhibit our ability to enjoy it, and we probably don't want to be all the way on the other side going into a meal, because that also may lead to the likelihood of us consuming beyond our comfort level, because we want to enter a meal feeling hungry enough to enjoy it to the best of our ability. And ideally, as often as possible, of course, the holidays can be an exception to this, of course, but we want to leave a meal comfortably full. To get in touch with their hunger a little bit better is to go ahead, hop on Google, look up the hunger scale. Maybe we can even pop it on this video here and get a better idea of what your kind of signs your body gives you when it's very hungry versus very full, and how to detect those signs before it gets too extreme in either direction.
Which I guess I'm coming to it right now. So this is a small scale example of it, but this can be expanded. Now we shower and then we brunch. Now we're crossing the bridge, walking to brunch. Ah. I wanted to show a little visual if you're beating yourself up from overeating during the holidays. Each of these plates is roughly 800 to 1500 calories. Your body needs roughly 2000 calories a day just to function. Lots of people could eat 2 to 3 of these plates a day and easily maintain their weight. So no, those extra few cookies, slice of cake will not make you put on 5 pounds. You'd actually have to eat close to 20 of these plates in one day to even get close to that, and unless you're training to be a competitive eater, I don't think any of us are capable of that. When will it be delivered? Eggs Benny's done, and I'm like the perfect full. But I mean, we're all gonna dive into this and enjoy. Oh my god! It tastes like if a cinnamon bun were a pancake. Okay, update. It is 2:20 p.m. I'm at 1400 calories burned, well 1396. We just had that meal, so in search, I'm at a rough estimate of this many eaten. And like I'm a perfect full right now. I'm just like content. I don't want any more sweet. I'm just satisfied. We're gonna go home and change that. I had a moment a couple weeks ago, for the first time in a long time, having a visceral reaction to something on the internet. I was scrolling through Snapchat and came across one of those classic Crunchwrap Supreme with extra gold Doritos. It was just the epitome of a viral video. It had nostalgia, wow factor, relatability, like everything that is viral. And I sat there realizing I was in an episode of Black Mirror. Utter gluttony. And not the person's fault. I was also the consumer consuming this. That was what I wanted to see. This is what the algorithm was giving me. This is what the person had to do to make the algorithm come to me. They just had to add and add and add in consumption. And we're sitting here as there's people in the world starving to death. The only way I could describe that feeling was being like, wow, Black Mirror, we are in it. For the national treasure, Tim Biebs. Oh my God, these look hefty. And it's Christmas season. These are actually really sad that this was the Christmas theme. Flavors, there's a chocolate white fudge, sour cream chocolate chip, birthday cake waffle. Okay, this one's gotta be the sour cream chocolate chip. And if you didn't know, my non-Canadians, the sour cream donut, it sounds repulsive. It is like the best thing. Oh. Wow. Chocolate white fudge. All they are the best Timbits, because the birthday cake, the sour cream, and the chocolate are the best Timbits, but they just rolled them in this coating. Chocolate, fudge, 9.8 out of 10. Birthday cake, 9.9 out of 10. And I'm about to give my first ever perfect rating, 10 out of 10 Timbits. Justin Bieber did it again.
The next thing is stress. Now look, we can't always avoid stress, right? Family stress, economic stress. What I like to recommend is different types of mindfulness practices to enhance our resilience against stress. You know, food, as you know, and how we interact with food, there is a massive mental component, and this varies from person to person, but I'm very big on recommending different types of mindfulness practices. I encourage you guys to check out mindfulness-based stress reduction. There's various programs available for that are free, but really what that really involves is things like yoga and meditation, other practices which enhance our ability to be present in the moment, which is very, very important for enjoying meals and appreciating them for what they are.
This 10,000 calorie burn, 10,000 calorie eat challenge, I've actually had it planned for several months. My idea behind it was with the idea of binge eating during the holidays. I know it's something that a lot of people suffer for. Like a lot of people kind of starve themselves, being scared to eat going into the holidays. Their idea, like, restrict now so I can eat later. And they're hoping that aligns with their fitness goals. And I wanted to do this as just kind of comfort, showing like how hard it actually is to eat 10,000 calories when you're feeling yourself properly. Also, how hard it actually is to just burn 10,000 calories. So on both ends of the spectrum, you don't have to punish yourself for going and enjoying food. Especially if you're fueling yourself every day, you'll naturally not overeat. There's a lot of hormone balances, and that could be a whole video in itself. So if you feel that isn't perfectly you, don't worry, there is other things. On the flip side, I don't want people who overate think they have to punish themselves with fitness, because that's such a unhealthy way to look at fitness, because at the end of the day, burning 10,000 calories is so hard. So if you're thinking, I'm just gonna gorge myself and burn it off later, or if you do overeat thinking you have to go and burn all this, you don't have to punish yourself for enjoying food. Food is a beautiful thing that your body needs. It creates magical moments and memories, and it's socializing, especially during the holidays. But then this challenge took a turn I didn't expect. Oh no. That's how out of it I am. This is my only skill. 5-second rule. I have no idea what I want for dinner, so I went on Instagram and asked you guys what I should have for dinner. I'm brain dead. And the first response from Serena, go drink water. Love you. And she said pizza. My pizza delivery just arrived. Join me in spirit. I will. But then I was conflicted because Kayla shortly after said burrata and sourdough. I'm getting both. So I ordered food. That's gonna take an hour. It's not gonna be here till 7. It's 5:20. It's gotta keep moving. What was I like? Just keep. That's not. This is me swimming. I should have had more savory. Cause I don't even want. I'm one of those people that even eat. Normally
I'm not making sense.
Easy. Like, I don't even want it. And this is the first world problem.
So I am a psychologist. I'm also a health and fitness coach. So I see both sides of this. So when it comes to the psychology side of things, dichotomous thinking is how all or nothing thinking is talked about in the research. This becomes a big issue because it gets interpreted to us as restriction. So we can't have something, we can't have something else. And as humans, our basic psychology is if we can't have something, we want it even more. This is like very classic, like Romeo and Juliet situation. Romeo couldn't have Juliet, Juliet couldn't have Romeo, so they were like super obsessed with each other. It becomes very, very apparent when it comes to health and fitness and our psychology. When we were told you can't have those cupcakes, you can't have the pizza, you can't have all of these foods that you love and you enjoy and you like to indulge in from time to time, all you're gonna wanna do is have it more. There actually are studies that show that even in people who don't regularly eat something like chocolate, if they are told they can't have it, suddenly they want it all the time and so much more.
So we got the pizza. Mandatory sourdough bread for this is burrata. If you don't know, you have not truly lived life. And then I was craving a salad. I want to say in greens. We got a chicken Caesar salad. This is perfection. This is exactly what I was craving. Oh, baby. Oh. Dinner is served. We got the burrata and bread. Starting off with three slices of pizza, the Caesar salad. I am so excited.
We got hit in a way that really got me reviews until we eat no shows, and as a result, more videos for.
My camera only will film for like a minute, so I would love to do one of those time lapses of me eating the entire thing. People doing these challenges, but my camera doesn't do it. I'll just show you what I won't finish. I know I won't finish this all. I'm not trying to impress the internet. I'm not a competitive eater, so I hope you trust me. If you're not, I don't know. I'm showing you.
The other thing to think about, which is very important during the holiday period, and which is exactly why I don't like to tell my clients gimmicky things to do around mealtime about, going into a meal full, is how you interact with restriction. Over restriction of foods you enjoy can become problematic. If there's a food you truly like, let's say I love chocolate cake, and I do, and I force myself not to have it for the whole year. Well, if chocolate cake's being served at holiday dinner, there's a decent chance that I may consume it beyond my level of comfort because I've restricted for myself from it for so long. I want you to ask yourself that question. Are there foods that you enjoy that make you happy that you've overly restricted yourself from, and how do you interact with those foods when they are presented? Those three things, again, being actively engaged and thinking about them, again, hunger, stress, and restriction. I think thinking about those three things will take you a long way when it comes to improving your relationship with food.
So far, I've burned 2,000 calories. And like, I'm just tired. And it is almost 8 p.m. So I don't think the 10,000 calorie challenge. Oh, I thought I'd get at least a 5 of both. Oh God. Let's eat a bit more. Maybe go for a walk. Ugh. Do not recommend this. The volume of my stomach is stuffed. Savory doesn't sound good. Sweet doesn't sound good. All brand cereal?
If you're thinking, what really happens over a larger meal or 1 or 2 day period where you eat more than normal? Well, to be perfectly honest, I think the biggest negative consequence you might experience is probably a little bit of discomfort. You might feel a bit more full than usual.
Okay, so standing normally and then just letting it hang. And pushing. I actually look pregnant. Oh my God.
You might have a little bit of acid reflux, you might get a little bit of bloating, and it's pretty normal. A month later, you returning into your usual rhythm. Are you really gonna be thinking about that? I don't think so, right? It's highly unlikely. It follows then that you do not need to bend over backwards or overexert yourself on the physical activity front to quote unquote make up for any sort of fun you may have had during the holiday season. But ask yourself where it's coming from. You don't want to approach these type of things from the calorie burning or the calorie balance perspective per se. And certainly what you don't want to do going into the new year, and I encourage you, if you have goals around fitness and physical activity, pursue those goals but you don't want to overdo it, especially in the short term, okay? Because there are risks involved in terms of increased risk of injury. Do too much too soon when it comes to physical activity. There's hormonal imbalances that could occur. You know, for females, you can, miss your monthly period and things like that. There are all sorts of issues that can arise. I mean, the biggest and most annoying thing, to be honest, is going to be a physical injury, which is going to prevent you from continuing to train. Never mind the fact that if you do too much too soon because you're trying to burn off the calories, well, realistically, you're going to have excessive soreness, your performance is going to suffer, and really, it's not going to be worth it after all.
So last time I did one of these crazy challenges was this extent was the Michael Phelps the first time I did it, which is eating 12,000 calories and doing his workout. And I remember the next day being like ravenous. Like the day of I wasn't that hungry, and the next day I was. So yeah, I always notice these extreme ones. I'm just tired, like I don't want to eat. Oh, and I had an oat milk latte today. I didn't document it. Also, I haven't really documented any of my drinks. I know, isn't that a rule? The drinking calories don't count in this challenge, but if you haven't noticed, I'm doing this challenge with my own rules. I'm back, and it's almost 10. This is my record of steps. I've almost done a marathon. 43,000 steps, 35 kilometers, 445 minutes of exercise, so just like movement, 2,233. There's physically no way I'm gonna burn 10,000 because I've got 2 hours. That would mean 4,000 calories an hour. Yep. I'm like hungry, but I don't want savory. Here's my solution. Honey bunches of oats and a Lenny's and Larry cookie. Okay, let's give you a little ASMR. I think I'm in the 4,000s. Almost 11. I'm at like 2,300.
Peace. May you rest. May you rest.
I eat this cookie, drink my tea, and just I hope I don't fall asleep on my couch. There's a good chance I will. Because once I sit on this couch, I'm not getting up. Wash my face. I'm so tired. I had this realization right before the challenge and kind of during it. Something weird is happening online. And before I dive into it, I'm as guilty of it as anyone else. About 4 to 5 years ago, how you became popular on YouTube as a fitness influencer or a fitness YouTuber was you did the 10,000 calorie challenge. It was just pretty much, you did it, you're gonna get a ton of views, your channel's gonna grow. And a lot of people did it. Of course, there's probably the outlier who just enjoyed that challenge, always wanted to do it for themselves. For the most part though, people did it knowing it would grow their channel. Back then, I was a consumer of YouTuber. I didn't have a YouTube channel, I was just watching a lot, and I remember watching lots of those videos. Fast forward a few years and these challenges got bigger and more extreme. They started picking up, the algorithm favored them, and it became either extreme starvation or extreme gluttony, because either ends of the spectrum, the algorithm showed the consumer was forced to click on just because it was so tantalizing, and then the YouTubers and the creators are forced to go bigger and more extreme, just knowing that's what fed the algorithm. This idea of extreme gluttony here on YouTube, whether it be mukbangs or food challenges. Maybe this is just me, but I'd really love to hear from you guys. Back there, I was saying at the beginning, felt like I was in an episode of Black Mirror. I feel so oddly desensitized. Is that the word? Yeah, I feel so desensitized by content right now. I feel I mindlessly scroll my news feeds looking for negativity or extremism, because I feel for the last 2 years we were constantly bombarded with every scroll meant doomsday. And so creators are constantly having to push it with more calories and more extremism and more bright colors. And it's just this perpetual cycle, and we're all numb to it, and we're just sitting there on our tablet scrolling, and it's fast food in entertainment form. And before you think I'm attacking your favorite creator, I'm not. I'm also a part of the problem. We are all a part of this problem. But really, it's the algorithms have created this cycle that the only thing that we'll watch is extreme. So creative people who usually work off things of art and beauty are forced to view their work as a mathematical problem to manipulate attention more and more and grab an extreme. Before I knew it, I had this video scheduled. This very kind of video topic that was draining my creativity. So I decided to put a twist on it. I wanted to do a deep dive of this concept. I also wanted to bring on professionals and I wanted to give back in some way. What's the easiest way to burn 10,000 calories? Give it away. Here's the meals, gift cards. We're gonna go walk around. I need to digest, get some movement in. I could not do a high intensity workout because I just throw up. So we're just gonna walk, hand these out. But I will say, I'm not gonna show any of the homeless people's faces for just like their own privacy. If you're gonna say I'm doing this just to look like a good person, I don't really care if the trolls hate me for this. If I encourage one person to go help someone else, I think it's worth it. And a great thing you can do this holiday season is just carry around a bunch of gift cards. If you have some pre-made meals, that's awesome. Give them a gift card, just $10, and you just know they're gonna have a meal for that night. So that's what I'm gonna go do right now to burn extra calories, and just maybe it's a nice way to get your steps in this holiday season. To whoever needs to hear this, fitness isn't perfect. Art isn't math. You can be fully healthy without being fully right. Creativity is not a perfect image, it is emotion. You don't love a song because it's exactly 3 minutes. It's how it reminds you of a situation you were in, an event or something beautiful that happened to you. A picture isn't pretty because it was taken exactly at 12 p.m. It's the vibrance or the contrast it brings. Try to separate your identity from the art you create, the food you eat, and the way you move your body. Go with your gut, pour your heart into it, but realize it is something you made, not something you are. You are more than your body. Your body is something that allows you to see the world. Your art is a way to express your emotion and connect with others. It is not directly correlated to the calories in MyFitnessPal, the likes you get, the number on the scale. What you eat isn't good or bad, it fuels you. And if you give yourself grace, it also allows you to enjoy and create connections. Nutrition, fitness isn't black or white. There isn't the perfect exercise, there isn't right or wrong. Weightlifting isn't superior to yoga, they're different. Tracking calories isn't instantly demonized, but at the same time, it definitely can be. Having a salad doesn't mean you have an eating disorder. And at the same time, when you're on a weight loss journey, you're still allowed to eat that cake. It is so great, and it's so about what works for you and fuels you and allows you to see the most out of the world and have adventure. And it's not just calories in and out, and there's more to it, and we can't attack people, and we can't also forget what feels right to us and not just necessarily what MyFitnessPal tells you. Algorithms control our lives. They tell us what to eat, how to create. Even apps like Noom rank food as good or bad. P.S. fuck you, Noom. I'm sorry if you use that. Don't come at me as this, I'm the healthier version of MyFitnessPal and then hit us with the foods are good or bad. No. And I don't have the solution on how we allow our bodies and art to flourish when AIs are now controlling it. All I know is that I'm on this journey with you as we try and figure out. As we step into 2022, I hope we eat to fuel, cook to create, post to connect, and you are more than the virtual life you create online. I'm the worst person at being present, but I think that's all we can do during these next few months. During the holidays, be there with your loved ones. Enjoy the food in front of you. Listen to your hunger. Do not deprive because you know something beautiful is coming up. Eat it, enjoy it, move your body towards your goals. I don't have the answer because it seems really weird. I feel a lot more of us are coming online. Online controls more of our lives. At what point do we let it fully control? I don't know. I'll promise to always be open about this and keep you on this journey. But if you're struggling, just know we can do this together, and you deserve to listen to your heart and do those things you've always wanted to do, whatever that looks like. I don't have the amount of likes, the amount of views, the calories on MyFitnessPal, the calories burned on your Apple Watch control that. And most importantly, have a great day. Go pet a dog. Love you guys. Bye.